Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to talk about how Moneyball transformed the Oakland A's, one of the most remarkable and controversial tales in modern sports history. Moneyball is the name of a book by Michael Lewis, published in 2003, that tells the story of how the Oakland Athletics baseball team and its general manager Billy Beane used data-driven tactics to form and operate a competitive baseball team despite having one of the lowest payrolls in Major League Baseball, MLB. But what is Moneyball exactly, and how did it change the way baseball is played and managed? To answer these questions, we need to go back to the year 2002, when the Oakland A's were facing a seemingly impossible challenge. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing content. Let's get into it. The Oakland A's had just finished the 2001 season with a respectable 102-60 record, second only to the Seattle Mariners in the American League West Division. They had also made it to the playoffs for the second consecutive year, but lost to the New York Yankees in the division series. However, their success came at a price. Three of their star players, Jason Giambi, Johnny Damon, and Jason Isringhausen, were eligible for free agency, and they knew they could not afford to keep them. The A's had a total payroll of about $44 million in 2001, which was less than a third of what the Yankees spent on their players. The A's were facing a common problem for small market teams: how to compete with bigger market teams that could outspend them and lure away their best players with lucrative contracts. The conventional wisdom in baseball was that money buys wins, and that teams with low budgets had little chance of contending for championships. But Billy Beane, the A's general manager since 1997, was not willing to accept this fate. He had a different vision for how to build a winning team, one that challenged the traditional methods and assumptions of baseball insiders. Billy Beane was a former player himself, drafted by the New York Mets in 1980 as a highly touted prospect. However, he never lived up to his potential, and his career ended after 6 disappointing seasons in the majors. He realized that he had been overrated by scouts who relied on subjective judgments and outdated statistics to evaluate players. He also realized that there was a better way to measure player performance and potential, one that was based on objective evidence and rigorous analysis. This approach was called Sabermetrics, a term coined by Bill James, a baseball writer and statistician who pioneered the field of advanced baseball analytics. Sabermetrics is the application of mathematical and statistical methods to baseball data to find hidden patterns and insights that can help teams make better decisions. Sabermetrics challenges many of the conventional wisdom of baseball, such as stolen bases, runs batted in, RBI, and batting average as overrated indicators of offensive success. Instead, on-base percentage, OBP, and slugging percentage, SLG, are more important measures of a hitter's ability to get on base and hit for power. Defense and running speed are not as valuable as commonly believed. Instead, getting on base and preventing outs are more crucial factors for winning games. Pitchers have little control over what happens after they throw the ball. Instead of focusing on wins, losses, and earned run average, ERA, which depend largely on luck and defense, pitchers should be evaluated by metrics such as strikeouts, walks, and home runs allowed, which reflect their true skills. By using Sabermetrics, Billy Beane hoped to find undervalued players who were overlooked or rejected by other teams because they did not fit the traditional mold of what a good player looked like. He also hoped to exploit market inefficiencies by acquiring players who were cheaper than their true worth. To help him implement his vision, he hired Paul DePodesta, a Harvard-educated economist who shared his passion for Sabermetrics. Together, they formed an unconventional front office that relied on data rather than intuition to make decisions. The results were astonishing. Despite losing their star players and having one of the lowest payrolls in MLB, the Oakland A's posted a 103-59 record in 2002, winning their division and setting an American League record for most consecutive wins, 20. They also made it to the playoffs for the 3rd straight year, but again lost to the Yankees in the division series. The A's success was largely driven by their ability to find and develop players who excelled at getting on base and preventing outs, the two most important skills in baseball according to Sabermetrics. Some of these players were Scott Hatteberg, a former catcher who had a career-threatening elbow injury and was released by the Boston Red Sox. The A's signed him as a first baseman and designated hitter, and he posted a .374 OBP in 2002, ranking among the top 10 in the league. Chad Bradford, a submarine-style pitcher who was considered too unconventional and ineffective by other teams. The A's acquired him from the Chicago White Sox, and he became one of their most reliable relievers, posting a 3.11 ERA in 2002. David Justice, a veteran outfielder who was traded by the Yankees after a subpar season in 2001. The A's took on his contract and he rebounded with a .376 OBP and 11 home runs in 2002. Eric Chavez, Miguel Tejada, and Barry Zito, 3 homegrown players who were drafted and developed by the A's before Sabermetrics became popular. They were among the best players in their positions, combining power, defense, and pitching excellence. The A's also benefited from their ability to trade away players who were overvalued by other teams or who were about to become too expensive for them. For example, they traded away Mark McGwire, Tim Hudson, Mark Mulder, and Carlos Pena, and received in return players who were more productive or had more potential. The A's proved that money was not the only factor that determined success in baseball. They proved that by using sabermetrics, they could outsmart and outperform richer competitors who relied on outdated methods and metrics. They proved that they could play an unfair game and win. The impact of Moneyball was profound and lasting. It sparked a revolution in the way baseball teams operate and evaluate players. It inspired other teams to adopt sabermetrics or hire sabermetricians to gain a competitive edge. It also influenced other sports and industries that sought to apply data-driven strategies to their fields. Moneyball also generated a lot of controversy and criticism from baseball traditionalists who felt threatened or offended by its claims. Some argued that Moneyball ignored or underestimated the importance of factors such as scouting, chemistry, leadership, intangibles, and luck. Some also accused Billy Beane of being arrogant, selfish, or dishonest. Moneyball was adapted into a movie in 2011, starring Brad Pitt as Billy Beane and Jonah Hill as Paul DePodesta, renamed Peter Brand. The movie was critically acclaimed and nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Moneyball is not just a story about baseball. It is a story about how to challenge the status quo, how to think differently, how to use data to make better decisions, and how to overcome adversity with creativity and courage. It is a story that can inspire anyone who wants to change the game in their field. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And don't forget to leave your comments below. What do you think of Moneyball? Do you agree or disagree with its ideas? How has it changed your perspective on baseball or other areas of life? We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.